buttercup, you're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall, won't stop till I get enough.
All right, so get this. We're diving into something that has everyone in the basketball world talking.
Nikola Jokić.
Yeah.
The guy who already changed how we think about centers.
3-time MVP.
3-time MVP.
Like,
just did something that puts him in the same conversation as Wilt Chamberlain.
We're talking like...
We're talking history.
This is history.
And it all happened in this back-to-back.
Back-to-back.
Against the Spurs.
San Antonio Spurs.
On January 1st and 3rd.
Yeah, Victor Wembanyama.
This is the guy.
The future.
Everyone's saying he's the future of the league.
Right.
This face-off.
More than just...
It was more than just a couple of regular season games.
Yeah, it really felt like...
Clash of generations.
Yeah.
The established king.
Versus rights.
The up-and-comer.
Right.
Looking to take the throne.
So let's rewind a bit.
Let's rewind.
Game 1 in Denver.
Game 1 in Denver.
Wembanyama.
He really made a statement.
He did?
He put on a show.
Yeah.
35 points, 18 rebounds.
They won.
The Spurs stole the win in Denver.
On Denver's home turf.
On their home court.
It felt like a passing of the torch moment.
At least for one night.
At least for one night.
He showed that.
Flashes of brilliance.
Yeah.
We'd heard these whispers about a tantalizing
It's like size, skill, athleticism.
blend of all of it.
Yeah. And that first game had people wondering
if this was it.
If this was it.
If the league was witnessing the changing of the guard.
But then game 2 happened?
Game 2 in San Antonio.
And Jokic
decided to remind everyone.
Who's still the boss.
Who runs the show.
Yeah.
Masterclass in offensive efficiency.
It was.
The Nuggets pulled out the win in overtime. And Jokic's stat line.
Guckle up.
46 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 steals.
Even with Wembanyama putting up another good game. 20 and 23.
20 points, 23 rebounds, 4 blocks.
Jokic just dominated.
Dominated the game.
I mean, those numbers are...
insane, but there's one stat that kind of puts
this game into another category.
A whole other category.
With this performance.
Yeah.
Jokic tied Wilt Chamberlain for the most games with at least 45 points and 10 assists.
By a center.
In NBA history.
Okay, now to truly appreciate
the weight of that.
Yeah, you have to remember Wilt.
You have to remember Wilt Chamberlain.
This is a guy who averaged
an unthinkable
50.4
points per game.
Back in the 60s.
For
Jokic to match one of his records.
In the modern era.
Yeah.
It's not just impressive, it's practically unheard of.
It's a different
style of play.
Different basketball. Jokic doing this. It's like transcending eras.
And it's not just
a one-game wonder.
Yeah, this wasn't just some
random scoring explosion.
This was
part of a larger trend.
Right.
He had back-to-back games with over 40 points.
Back-to-back 40-plus, putting him right up there with
Giannis.
Who's known for his scoring prowess.
Yeah.
For the league lead in points per game.
And remember, this is the same Jokic. Who built his reputation
on passing.
On making his teammates better.
He's
already a 3-time MVP. And
now he's showing this level of scoring dominance.
It almost feels unfair.
Unfair to the rest of the league.
So where does this put him in the conversation about the greatest centers of all time?
I
mean, how do you even begin to compare him to someone like Wilt Chamberlain?
Well, it's fascinating because on the surface, they seem like
polar opposites. Chamberlain was this
unstoppable force of nature.
Yeah.
Physically dominating everyone.
Jokic
is all about
finesse strategy.
It's almost like
he's playing chess.
Chess out there.
Precisely.
It's a maestro.
Maestro of angles and timing.
Yeah. Picking apart defenses with his intellect and skill.
It's crazy, and that's what makes
the comparison so intriguing. Two completely different styles.
Oh,
yet both
achieving
historical levels of success.
So are we witnessing
a changing of the guard?
A changing of the guard in how we define
dominance
in basketball. Could Jokic
with his unique style. Actually, Chamberlain's
legacy.
That's the question that's on everyone's mind right now.
Yeah.
And to answer that,
we need to look at
the evolution of Jokic's game.
It's wild to think about a guy known for his passing.
Right.
Putting up these scoring numbers.
Absolutely.
Wasn't he almost averaging a triple-double a couple of years ago?
That's what makes this so interesting.
Yeah.
We're seeing him add another dimension to his game.
Right.
Not at the expense of his playmaking.
Right.
But in addition to it.
So he's not just scoring more, he's doing it.
Exactly.
While still running the offense.
While still finding those crazy passes that leave everyone's jaws on the floor.
So it's not just the numbers.
It's not just the raw numbers.
It's the entire dynamic of the game.
Exactly.
When Jokic is on the court.
It elevates him from a phenomenal playmaker.
Which he already was.
To
a truly dominant force.
Who can single-handedly dictate the flow and outcome of a game.
And that brings us back to the question of
legacy. So how does this scoring surge, combined with tying Chamberlain's record, change how we view Jokic's place
in history,
in basketball history?
I mean, we already talked about how different their styles are.
It's interesting because the conversation around Jokic has always been about
his unique style.
He's not the most physically imposing player.
He's not the guy with the...
He doesn't have those highlight reel dunks that gets everyone out of their seats.
But he wins.
He wins, and he does it with
a level of skill and intelligence.
Yeah.
That's almost mesmerizing to watch.
He makes it look
effortless.
Like
he's playing a different game
than everyone else
on the court.
And that's where it gets tricky.
That's where the historical comparison gets tricky.
How do you compare a guy like Jokic, who's revolutionizing the center position
with finesse and IQ,
to the raw power of wilt,
to the raw power and athleticism
of
someone like Wilt Chamberlain?
Like comparing apples
and oranges.
You could appreciate both for what they are. But it's hard to say definitively
who's better.
But here's the thing. Jokic's recent achievements force us.
They force us
to have that conversation.
To rethink our ideas.
To rethink our traditional ideas about dominance. He's proving you don't have to be
a physical force.
To be a dominant force in basketball.
So he's not just rewriting the record books, he's rewriting the narrative. What it means to be a great center.
And he's doing it while winning championships.
Let's not forget
he led the Nuggets
to their first title.
Just a couple years ago.
So he has the team success.
The
individual accolades. And now he's proving
he can be this dominant scorer.
While still being
the best passing big man in the league.
It's a combination
we've rarely, if ever, seen before.
And that's what makes this moment
so significant.
We're
witnessing a player
who's not just
great. He's changing the way we understand the game itself.
So what does all this mean for Jokic's future?
What does it mean?
He's only 29 years old.
It
feels like.
And it feels like he's still getting better.
Where does he go from here? It's almost scary to think he might have another level.
It really is.
He's achieved so much.
And it feels like we're just scratching the surface of his potential.
So back to that question we posed earlier.
Okay.
If Jokic keeps this up,
could
he challenge Chamberlain's
status
as the greatest scoring center of all time?
It's definitely a conversation worth having.
It is.
You have to remember. Chamberlain played in a different era. Different rules, different style of play.
Comparing across eras is always
tricky. But purely in terms of skill and impact on the game. I think Jokic is making a strong case.
I think so too.
He's already won multiple MVPs. A championship.
And now he's tying.
These scoring records.
Set by legends
of the game.
And he's doing it all.
With a style
that's never been seen before.
He's
not just breaking records. He's breaking
a mold.
He's
showing that you can be dominant.
Without being the biggest guy.
Without being the biggest or the strongest guy on the court.
Right. And
that's a powerful message.
Not just for basketball, but for
any field. It's about using your unique strengths.
Your intelligence, your
creativity.
Creativity to achieve greatness.
On your own terms.
We started this deep dive talking about one game.
One record.
One record.
But we've ended up somewhere else.
Yeah, we've explored something much bigger.
Much bigger.
It's a reminder that sometimes the smallest moments
can open up.
the biggest questions.
The biggest questions, the most fascinating debates.
And that's what makes following a player like this
So rewarding.
so rewarding.
We get to witness history in the making.
Yeah.
Be a part of the conversation.
As it's happening.
And who knows?
Who knows what the future holds?
Maybe he wins a scoring title.
Maybe another championship.
Maybe another championship.
Maybe he'll do something.
Maybe he does something we haven't even thought of yet.
That's the exciting part.
That's the exciting part.
We don't know where this journey's going.
We don't know where it's going.
We know.
But we know it's going to be
One heck of a ride.
one heck of a ride.
Yeah.
So to our listeners,
Yeah.
here's something to think about.
Okay.
As Jokic continues to redefine what's possible,
Right.
how will his legacy continue to evolve?
Yeah, will he be remembered as a playmaker,
A playmaker,
a scorer?
a scorer, or something else entirely?
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep thinking.
Keep thinking and keep diving deep.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're Bobby doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.